Welcome back to your roots, how to grow vegetables and fruits. I'm Farmer Pat with some tips on how to grow tasty tomatoes. The key to enjoying your tomatoes at the end of the season is how you start the season. So when I plant my tomatoes, I like to add 5-10-10 inorganic synthetic fertilizer supplying nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. I stay away from 10-10-10 because 10-10-10 has too much nitrogen, and too much nitrogen will result in an excessive amount of vegetative growth. So that's why I use 5-10-10. Moreover, at planting time, I also like to add gypsum, which supplies soluble calcium to the soil. It's immediately available. And calcium for your tomatoes is essential to help prevent calcium end rot, or those black cracks you see on tomatoes. Now luckily here for mine, I don't have any of that calcium end rot, and I attribute that to the addition of gypsum at planting time. And in addition, when I spray for pests and diseases throughout the season, I also incorporate this blossom end rot of tomatoes. It's a foliar application of calcium and also chlorine, and that immediately supplies calcium to help stop that blossom end rot, which you do not want. Now at planting time, when I add my fertilizer, I then take my tiller and I incorporate the fertilizer into the bulk of the soil profile. You don't want to add fertilizer directly into the planting hole, because then the tomato thinks, hey, I have all the nutrients that I need right here in this hole. Why do I have to spread out my roots? So I like to incorporate that fertilizer into the bulk of the soil profile. And in addition, if you have too much fertilizer in the planting hole, the salts in that fertilizer can burn the roots as well. Now moreover, I also like to use Epsom Salt, supplying magnesium and sulfur. As you see on the label, it helps correct the yellowing leaves. And if you look at all these tomatoes I have, you don't really see too many yellow leaves, if any at all. And I attribute that to the addition of Epsom salt at planting time. And then about a month later, I'll take and add another teaspoon or so of Epsom salt and some 5-10-10 to the soil. Every month I do that throughout the season. Now for diseases and pests, I like to use this Bonide Tomato and Vegetable. And as you see on the label, it contains sulfur to control diseases, and it also contains pyrethins to help control insects. This works wonderful. Furthermore, you can also use Neem Oil. And these two sprays I have found really help to combat diseases and different pests throughout the tomatoes. Thank you so much for tuning in to Farmer Pat's YouTube channel. Back to your roots, how to grow vegetables and fruits. That title is also the title of a book I wrote, available on Amazon in one of the links below. Feel free to add any comments on how you take care of your tasty tomatoes. Oh, this one looks perfect. I love when the sun warms up the tomatoes. You come out in your garden and you eat them nice and fresh. Lycopene. Chromium.